Chapter 11, Energy Channeling Technique. The next day, at the gates of the old manor, Li Luo watched as Zhang Qingyi's carriage disappeared into the distance. Standing beside him was Uncle Lu, hands respectfully at his sides, and also the tall, voluptuous Cai Wei. Phew! Li Luo stared at the receding convoy, then exhaled softly under the morning glow. He turned to Uncle Lu and said, "Uncle Lu, please help me apply for a week's leave from the academy. I want to rest at home for a while." Right now, due to merging with his acquired resonance, his vitality was extremely weak. If he went to the academy in this state, it would only draw unnecessary gossip. Now that he possessed a water resonance, the most urgent matter was to find an energy channeling technique to cultivate so he could quickly raise his resonance power level. Although the Southwind Academy also had many energy channeling techniques for cultivation, obtaining them required a lot of procedures and exchanges, far less convenient than his own clan's library. Next month was the grand examination, and applying for a week's leave during this time would surely cause quite a stir within the academy, but Li Luo couldn't be bothered with that now. "Yes, young lord," Uncle Lu replied immediately in his honest, dependable manner. "Sister Cai Wei." After speaking, Li Luo turned his gaze to Cai Wei beside him. Cai Wei's slightly long, charming eyes looked over, and she smiled modestly. "Young lord, what would you like me to do?" "I'll need you to help me purchase some spirit cleansing elixirs, 4th grade quality," Li Luo said with a smile. Cai Wei blinked her thick lashes. Spirit cleansing elixirs were used to improve the grade of resonances, but as far as she knew, Li Luo was born with a void resonance. Why would he need these? Although puzzled, she still nodded gently, her soft voice asking, "How many would the young lord need?" Even as calm and rational as Cai Wei was, hearing this number left her staring at Li Luo in shock, feeling as if she had misheard. "Young lord, did you say 50 portions of 4th grade spirit cleansing elixirs?" Cai Wei couldn't help but repeat. Meeting her astonished gaze, Li Luo nodded seriously. Cai Wei bit her alluring red lips lightly. Spirit cleansing elixirs were expensive, and 4th grade ones were even pricier, each costing around 1,000 pieces of heavenly gold. 50 portions would be 50,000 heavenly gold. The Luolan Manor, with its various businesses and enterprises across the entire Tianshu County, brought in an annual income of about 300,000 heavenly gold, which had been gradually declining over the years due to their worsening situation. Of course, in truth, this amount wasn't enough to bankrupt them. Luolan Manor was still a massive clan, and 50,000 heavenly gold wouldn't throw Cai Wei into a panic. However, purchasing 50 portions of 4th grade spirit cleansing elixirs in one go was truly bizarre. Spirit cleansing elixirs were primarily used to refine one's resonance, improving its grade. However, everyone knew these elixirs contained impurities from the fusion of various materials, and these impurities would slowly erode the resonance palace, eventually sealing it completely and preventing further improvement. Thus, most people used spirit cleansing elixirs sparingly, perhaps 1 or 2 per month, to minimize the damage from impurities while maximizing the refining effect of the elixirs. Even if others bought them, it was always in small quantities. Buying 50 in one go, like Li Luo was requesting, was enough to last for years. Cai Wei truly couldn't understand why Li Luo was doing this. However, Li Luo was the young lord, and Zhang Qingyi had also told her that her primary task here was to assist Li Luo. In the end, she nodded lightly. "Understood. Then I'll trouble you, Sister Cai Wei." Li Luo gave her a warm smile before turning and walking back into the old manor. Watching his departing figure, Cai Wei let out a helpless sigh. This young lord seemed to be acting recklessly. After what happened yesterday, did he not understand that Luolan Manor was already facing internal and external crises? Even if he couldn't help Qingyi due to his health, he shouldn't add to their troubles, right? With this kind of extravagant spending, how long could Luolan Manor's annual income in Tianshu County endure? Would they have to apply for aid from Zhang Qingyi? But Luolan Manor was already in a tough situation, needing funds desperately. Cai Wei gently massaged her temples. It seemed her time in Tianshu County would not be easy. As for Cai Wei's various concerns, Li Luo paid them no mind. At this moment, with excitement and anticipation, he headed straight for the clan's library within the old manor. The library stored many energy channeling and resonance techniques collected by Luolan Manor. Although most had been moved to the headquarters in the royal capital, this old manor still retained a significant collection. This place was also one of the manor's key locations, heavily guarded with patrolling protectors everywhere. But as the young lord, Li Luo encountered no obstacles as he entered the library. Young lord. Inside, the steward was momentarily stunned to see Li Luo, but immediately greeted him with respectful deference. Li Luo nodded and instructed, "Bring me all the energy channeling techniques in the library suitable for 4th grade resonances." The steward felt a pang of confusion. Even when Li Luo came to the library before, he would only look at resonance techniques, never at energy channeling techniques, since they were ineffective for someone with a void resonance. But he dared not question the order. Regardless of circumstances, Li Luo was the young lord and held the highest authority here in the old manor. He quickly obeyed and hurried off to gather the requested energy channeling techniques. Meanwhile, Li Luo found a quiet room to wait. After a short while, the steward returned, sweating and carrying a pile of crystal scrolls. "Young lord, here are all the energy channeling techniques in the library suitable for 4th grade resonances. There are 28 entry-level techniques and 6 general-level techniques." Li Luo nodded and waved the steward away before beginning to carefully sift through the techniques. In the Xia Kingdom, energy channeling techniques were also categorized by levels similar to resonance power levels: entry level, general level, marquis level, and king level. Except for entry level, the remaining levels were subdivided into lower, middle, and upper grades. Entry-level energy channeling techniques enabled cultivation from the 10 Seals realm to the Source Master realm. To advance from Source Master to general level required a general level technique, and so on. Entry-level techniques were common, while general level techniques began to distinguish power. Only mid-tier forces possessed them. Marquis level techniques were even rarer, owned only by top-tier forces. As for king level techniques, their rarity defied description. If one appeared, it would trigger a frenzy among the top forces of the Xia Kingdom and could even spark a war between nations. However, the higher the level of the technique, the stricter the cultivation requirements, often demanding specific resonance grades. Currently, Li Luo's water light resonance was only at 4th grade, so he could only request techniques he was eligible to cultivate. Time passed as Li Luo swiftly flipped through the crystal scrolls on the table. In the end, he selected 3 energy channeling techniques: 9-step breathing method general level, lower grade; Azure meditation diagram general level, middle grade; Spirit refining technique general level, middle grade. All 3 were general level techniques that, if mastered fully, could allow one's power to reach the general level. These techniques had decent potential, not top tier but certainly not common either, and, most importantly, they suited Li Luo's 4th grade water light resonance perfectly. Once he raised the grade of his resonance in the future, he could simply find a more advanced technique to switch to without much hassle. After hesitating for a moment, Li Luo ultimately chose the Azure meditation diagram. The resonance power cultivated through this technique would become vast and deep like the sea, perfectly matching his water-light resonance. This one it is. With a decisive wave, Li Luo stored away the Azure meditation diagram. His eyes gleamed with eager anticipation as he rose and left, heading straight for the underground training chamber beneath the library, which his parents had specially built. Here, he would begin to experience true cultivation for the first time. End of chapter.